Alright, so this is the Carniolian hive, and we will take this off. Remember, this is our nuke package, so we should have 10 frames full of bees down here, and I don't have any idea what's going to be done on the top, but we're going to remove the introducer down there altogether. So we always start the same way. We'll give them a little bit of smoke, and then I'm going to give them a little bit of smoke up underneath. We'll let them know that we're coming, and the goal today is to remove the introducer, possibly put this queen excluder in. It depends how many of these frames are in there. The queen excluder will not allow the queen to come up and lay eggs if we needed to put a honey super on top. And that's just where all the bees would store the excess honey, and that's what we would take from them. But I don't think we're there yet today. We'll see. I'm curious. We added this box last week. I'm curious to see how much they've built out on that second hive body. So if you want to roll around to that side where you were, Charlie, I'll open the top and we'll get started. And girls, you're welcome to stick around, but don't stand directly in front of the hive. All right. So I'm going to open this away from me. And there's some beetles in there, no problems. All right.
Now, do the Carniolians have a different look than the Italians?
Yeah, they're darker than the Italians. And I'm sure once I pull them out, you tell me if you think that it's noticeable. I think it's noticeable. But essentially, I don't know if you can you hear the difference? Okay.
Actually, would I be correct in saying that this hive has a more high-pitched?
Yeah.
Or am I hearing the Italians because they're closer to me?
No, I think what you're hearing are the Carniolians, and I think that you're hearing them more because there's a lot more in here. There's a lot more Carniolians because we started with that nuke package. What I'm real curious about, when I'm just kind of looking through, not really a whole bunch. Well, let me just show you one. So they're starting a little bit. You can see a little bit of white on the bottom. So they are starting to draw these out a little bit. This is the second hive body. So again, they might chimney straight up, and that's what we were talking about. So if I saw it on the center frames, I would expect to see that. Here's something kind of interesting again. So this is some burr comb from the bottom hive body to the top. And I'll leave that on there just to encourage them to walk up through it. So they'll come up over it and then they'll get onto this top frame. So people scrape it. I don't know enough about it right now. So I'm just going to leave it and see, you know, if it's worth scraping. I'm not really sure. I'm kind of experimenting because truthfully it's my first year. I don't know. I'm learning on the fly here. So what it looks like so far as I peek down in here, not a whole lot to see. Okay, it looks like the bottom hive body is doing great, but the top one, although I'm glad we put it on there, is pretty much empty. So I'm going to remove this and we're going to look down in there, puff some smoke in there, and then it's going to get it's going to be interesting for me. So it's going to be stuck a little bit because of the propolis. Now here we go. Alright, so you can see lots of, there they go.
Yeah, they do
Right.
have more high pitch.
Bianca confirms Charlie's suspicion of a higher pitch. There we go.
What the
High
heck
pitch,
is the
Charlie.
green dot?
Where's the green dot?
Right there.
Oh, well, we know that the queen's going to be marked with the green dot, right, Bianca?
Yeah.
So I think when we got the nuke package that the queen was on that frame, and that's why they marked it with the green dot. It's just a guess. I could ask
How do you know which one's the queen?
Bill Trout. Well, if we see her, I'm going to show her. They really, Brooklyn, they painted a green dot on the back of the queen. Now, we've gotten the queen on video before. Hopefully we might be able to get her again today. So I'm just loosening up these frames. You can see it's got the honeycomb in between them all, and the propolis is on the sides. So
How do they get a green dot on the queen?
you capture her in what's called a queen marking tube, and then you push her up to the top like one of those sherbet push-up ice cream things, and then you take your ink marker and you gently give her a nice beautiful green dot.
Do you
So
do a different green color?
they're different for every year. There's 5 different years, so there's 5 colors that they use. This is 2009 and they use green. Good question. Alright, so we're gonna pull up frame number 1. Again, these babies are packed in there. So
Happy.
yes.
Could they use darker or lighter colors for different years?
Yeah, I'll show you the 5 colors. Alright, so here we go. This is nice, right? Frame number 10. And what we have, capped honey. Nectar on the bottom, capped honey on the top.
Can we see?
Okay. Nectar on the bottom, capped honey on the top. Okay. Now we're going to move a little bit quickly through here because there's a lot of bees here. And working this one makes me a lot more nervous than the Italians right now.
Why?
Because there's a lot more of them in there.
Same with the cameraman.
Feel a difference on this one, Charlie?
I'm being much more investigated from this hive.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that we'll all get out of here unscathed, but
That's what Custer said.
Some more nectar?
all right, now these are pretty heavy. That's
some
all
heavy
capped
activity.
honey.
That's some very heavy activity right
All
there.
capped honey, and so this is great, right? This is really, really great. And then it's nectar, and they're going to cap honey on that. So I'm satisfied with this. I don't expect to see the queen there. I'm going to drop this one in, Charlie, and I'm going to hit them with a little bit of smoke again, just to make me feel a little bit better. All right. We'll puff your way too. The smoke kind of calms them down, even though it doesn't seem like it. It makes them go into the hive to collect their honey in case the forest was burning.
And since they talk by smells, it also